My favorite Jim Fyffe call, at least the one that I remember the most, was before I was ever on the crew. In 1994, Auburn was playing at Florida in the Swamp, and we all know how that ended with Nix to Sanders and just an unbelievable upset. Nobody thought Auburn could win that football game on the road. Well, I was in Boston, Massachusetts, actually at Cape Cod, Massachusetts, visiting my college roommate and his wife. My wife and I had gone up there, and it was a road weekend. I didn't have to worry about covering the game. And we were following along because there was no TV of the game. It wasn't a national televised game. We were following along with the game via the old bag cellular phone in my friend's car, and we were getting updates about every 30 minutes. And it was getting down to the fourth quarter when we dialed back to Alabama, and they held the phone up to the radio to where we could hear Jim Fyffe's touchdown call of Nix to Sanders in that game while we're sitting there watching the Atlantic Ocean wash up onto the beaches of Cape Cod. It's something I will never forget, and I really enjoyed coming back and actually watching the video to Jim's call. As a broadcaster, in my position, broadcasting for my school, my alma mater, we're not supposed to be middle of the road. Auburn fans listen to us because they want the Auburn perspective. You know, we try to paint a good picture. We have a great crew. We love it. And I'm the only one there that does it for a full-time job. All these other guys are there just because they love Auburn. But to think that those calls will be played over and over means so much for me, and it means so much to me because it's a positive. It puts a positive light on Auburn. People remember that play because of the amazing finish at the end of the Georgia game, the incredible finish at the end of the Alabama game. They'll also remember who was involved, and that was Auburn. And I think that in itself is what makes me the happiest. You know, I just happened to ride the bull for 8 seconds. Twice. Now, I did it twice, but I happened to ride the bull for 8 seconds. Any number of other broadcasters could have done it. I'm very fortunate and very honored to have been the one to get to call 2 of those. You know, the 2 calls, the Georgia call and the Alabama call, a little different.
Here's your ball game. Nick Marshall.
The Georgia call, I remembered everything I said up until the ball was caught.
It is tipped off. And Lewis caught it on the deflection. Lewis is going to score. Lewis is going to score. Lewis is going to score. Touchdown Auburn. Touchdown Auburn. A miracle in Jordan Hare.
And I really did not know what I said in what order until I heard it after the game. And people don't believe me. I'm saying the honest to goodness truth. The Alabama one was a little different because you could see that. It wasn't in the blink of an eye.
6-yarder. Does not have the leg. And Chris Davis takes it in the back of the end zone.
You could see that happening. So you had a little time to think about it.
45, 50, 45. There goes Davis. Oh, my God. Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game.
But I rarely think about, all right, this is what I'm going to say in this case or this case or this case, because then it's not genuine. They play the highlight montage up on the video board. After the game's over, people, they don't want to leave the stadium. The Georgia game and tenfold in the Alabama game with the fans all down on the field when they get to in this case, the Chris Davis return for a touchdown. I mean, they're celebrating, and when they get to that moment, silence on the field, and they listen to the call and the reaction of the fans on the field to that call. I mean, it gets me choked up right now. It's just, I mean, it's just incredible. The moment, the emotion. We're asked to paint a picture. We're also required to describe the emotion in a big play like that, and hopefully that's what we were able to do. So, you know, a lot of it is just spontaneity. You know, you have your training and what you're supposed to do, and you're supposed to, you know, make sure the fans know what's going on. But at some point, you cross that line just a little bit, and you become a fan. There are very few places where you go, schools, where you can go out and say 2 words to somebody, War Eagle, and it means everything. It can mean hello. It can mean goodbye. It can mean, I mean, it's just, it's a symbol. It's a way of communicating to another person that's an Auburn fan or an Auburn alum. And I think that's just kind of a microcosm of what the Auburn family is. I mean, we care about what we do, we care about each other, we care about Auburn.
All right, here we go. 4th and 18 for the Tigers. Here's your ball game. Nick Marshall stands in, steps up, going to throw downfield, just a home run ball, and it is tipped up. And Lewis caught it on the deflection. Lewis is going to score. Lewis is going to score. Lewis is going to score. Touchdown Auburn. Touchdown Auburn. A miracle in Jordan-Hare. A miracle in Jordan-Hare. 73 yards, and the Tigers, with 25 seconds to go, lead 43 to 38.
And we got flags all over the field.
Holy cow!
My goodness. Oh, my goodness.
Hold the phone and see what the flags are about.
And it looks as if...
Let's hear.
The result of the play is a touchdown. We have an unsportsmanlike on number 90 of the offense on Auburn.
To quote...
Wait a minute now, you have a unsportsmanlike on Auburn on number 90, Gabe Wright. Now here's the problem. That's a penalty on the kickoff. It looks as if... Wow, can you believe it?
To quote one of my idols in the business, Larry Munson, I think I just broke my chair.
Man. Karma has a way.
And Auburn's going to go for 2 here. Ricardo Lewis caught it on the deflection. There were 2 Georgia defenders who both collided, tipped it up in the air. Lewis caught it on the run and ran it in.
Man.
Unbelievable.
I still can't believe it. It was basically a Hail Mary, a post route intended for Ricardo Lewis. There were 2 defenders there, and it got tipped up. And what a heads-up play by Ricardo Lewis.
Simply unbelievable. Ball tipped up by Matthews. Looking at the replay, it may have been off his helmet.
Man.
Hey, listen. If that can happen, anything can happen with 25 seconds to go.
No doubt about it. I mean, it's...
Chris Davis is going to drop back into the end zone in single safety. So I guess if this thing comes up short, he can field it and run it out. All right, here we go. 56-yarder. It's got, no, does not have the leg. And Chris Davis takes it in the back of the end zone. He'll run it out to the 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 45. There goes Davis.
Oh, my God.
Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow. Oh, my God. Auburn wins. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl in the most unbelievable fashion you will ever see. I cannot believe it.
Oh my God.
34-28. And we thought a miracle in Jordan-Hare was amazing. Oh my Lord in heaven. Chris Davis just ran it 109 yards. And Auburn is going to the championship game.
You got plans next week, my friend?
Woo!
I'll be in Atlanta.
Oh
I'll be
my
in Atlanta.
gosh.
Oh, my goodness.
Never in all my days have I seen anything like that.
Do you say this is the most epic Iron Bowl in history? Oh my goodness, they're storming the field. They can't let them off. They can't be denied.
Hats off to the replay booth, because without that overturn, Chris Davis would never have had that opportunity. And as hard as they're going to try, they're not keeping this bunch of Auburn fans off this field tonight.
I can't believe it. 100 yards. 100 yards. Can you believe it? I still can't believe it. Oh, my goodness. My friend, do you have plans for next weekend?
I'll tell you what. Last one out, turn the lights off, lock the gates, and we'll see you in Atlanta.
Hey, I know some folks I'd like to join at Toomer's Corner. What do you think? Do you think there'll be anybody over there tonight? Because we're going to celebrate, my friend.
To the wee hours of the morning. War Eagle, everybody. 34-28. The Tigers are SEC Western Division champions, and Chris Davis is the hero. Unlikely as it may be. Tigers win.